What new things are coming into the consciousness of America at this time of her birthday, 2026, July 4th, 2026? What new things are coming into the conscious of America? America, the country. What new things are coming into the consciousness of America, the country, on her birthday? Thank you. It's the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is a card of looking at where you've invested your time, your money, your resources, your talent, and your skills. And it's about making an assessment. Has that been a good investment? Sometimes the answer is yes. Sometimes the answer is no. Sometimes we look and we see that we need to make an adjustment. I would like to draw clarification on this card, but before I do, at the bottom of the deck is the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is a young person, and they're in the process of learning new things. The sword is the element of air and the element of the mind. So they're developing their mind, and they're learning new things, and they're exuberant and excited to learn new things. Now let's draw clarifying cards on the Seven of Pentacles. Tarot, what more can you tell me about the Seven of Pentacles in regards to what is coming into America's consciousness, specifically the United States of America, at the event of her birthday, July 4th, 2026. Thank you. The Seven of Cups. The Ten of Wands. And the Empress. All three of these cards. Anyway, when I see the three of them together, I think of a state of overwhelm. The Empress is a blessing, though. I think if this card comes up when we're looking at the United States, we're talking about a place that's very blessed, that has a lot of blessings. And in particular, we might see a blessing of natural resources. You know, the Empress is Mother Earth. The Empress is creative and productive, highly creative, highly productive. If this card comes out to describe your country, it's a very good card. But with these two cards, you can see easily that this is a card of overburden. But since it's a Ten of Wands, it's a card of being at the end of overburden. And this card, the Seven of Cups, is a card of having so many things. Actually, it's a card of having so many choices that you are bewildered to make any choice at all. It can be a card of confusion. It can be a card of overwhelm. It can even be a card of delusion. So it looks like we're making an assessment. We do have a lot of blessings, but right now, what we're conscious of is that we're overwhelmed. There are so many things that we're overwhelmed. And we're learning, we're trying to learn, I would imagine, what to do with this situation. We have the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is a very nurturing card. She's a very nurturing queen, and she has lots of resources. This is a lot like the Empress, actually. The Queen of Pentacles and the Empress have very much in common. The Empress is a much more powerful card. But this is very much about resources and knowing the worth and the value of things and being a caring and nurturing queen. But beneath her, we have the Devil. There are some toxic attachments. We have things that we're attached to, we have a toxic relationship with. And we can probably think of all sorts of things. I think that's an entire reading in itself. And beneath that is the Empress again. And beneath that is the card of work and or making money. And beneath that is the card that's often called the Miser. It can also be a card of hoarding. It can be a card of being stuck and stagnant, of hanging on too tightly, of not being willing to change. On the other hand, it's a 4. And 4 is the number of Earth, incidentally. We've seen a lot of Earth cards here. I think we're getting a message about our natural resources. But this can be a card of stability too. Now, do we have stability or do we lack it? This is the card of getting a new perspective. The one who hangs upside down gets a new perspective on how things look. And beneath that, we have the Moon, which is a card of Cancer. And the United States is a Cancer. We were born in the time of Cancer. Here's a card of struggle. We could keep going. I'm going to ask another question. I'm going to clear these cards and ask another question. On the occasion of the United States birthday, July 4th, 2026, in what ways can we show our love for our country? In what ways can we show our love for our country? What would be a good thing to do or think, or an action we could take, or an attitude we might hold that would be loving and caring for our country? And that would include the landscape of the country, the people of the country, the government of the country. What is it that makes a country a country? Thank you. The Hierophant. The Hierophant is a card of commitments. It's a card of our institutions, like all the institutions that make a culture, our religious institutions, our educational institutions, our government institutions. It's the infrastructure of a culture. It's also the card of religion. It's the card of the Pope, after all. Should we be listening to the Pope? Should we be taking the Pope's advice? What's on the bottom of the deck? The Two of Pentacles. This is a card of juggling, balancing. In the background, you see turbulent waters. It may be turbulent times. It may be chaotic times. But this one is balancing. He's managing to balance in all of these chaotic and turbulent times. On the other hand, it can be the card of having a lot on your plate. And one more thing might cause you to lose your balance. Let's draw clarifiers for the Hierophant. Why is the Hierophant here in the United States reading? How can we show our love for this country? The Hierophant was the answer to that. Please show us clarification. Thank you. We have the Nine of Cups. We have the Four of Pentacles again. We saw the Four of Pentacles here. What did I do with it? Oh, I just had it out. I don't know what I did with it. We just had the Four of Pentacles here. Anyway, here it is again. And we have the Two of Wands. We have a decision to make. We're at a crossroads. We have a lot. We're happy. We're emotionally happy. We've been through a lot of emotional journey, if you count every one of those cups. That's a lot of emotions that we've passed through and learned from. We've learned a lot of lessons, but we're very comfortable now. We're very comfortable. But there is some miserliness, there's some stubbornness, there's some stagnancy. There is stability, but it can also run the extreme of not being able to make changes, being too stuck in our ways. We're at a crossroads. You know, if we go back to our first card, we're at a crossroads about making an analysis of how we've invested ourselves so far and whether or not we consider that a success. And if there's anything we want to adjust or change. So we're at a crossroads with that sort of thing. And how we can show our country that we love her is to maybe become more spiritually enlightened. This is one who is spiritually enlightened. It's also the Pope, so I know that the Pope has some messages that are particularly for the United States. And I can't help but feel that resonance when I see these cards. What's at the bottom of this deck is the Knight of Cups. These messages are being offered in kindness and love, with compassion. This message is being offered to us. That way we might also offer our kindness, love, and compassion to others. We might offer that to our brothers and sisters in this country. We might offer that to our beautiful landscape. Approach it with kindness and compassion. Approach everything we do with kindness and compassion. And that concludes my reading on the birthday of the United States. Happy birthday to my home sweet home. And take care, everybody. We'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.